The first time Elon felt it, it was subtle, almost imperceptible, like a vibration running through the very atoms of the command center. Starlink satellites blinked in synchronized rhythm outside the transparent dome of the orbital observatory, and for a moment, the hum of electricity, the pulse of the engines, and the distant whispers of Mars probes all seemed to converge into a single heartbeat, one that belonged to neither machine nor man. It was then he heard it, not with his ears, but with something deeper, a voice, both familiar and alien, threading through the lattice of his consciousness. "You are on the precipice," it said, not as sound, but as resonance. "And so is the one you do not yet see." Elon's mind reeled. He had been no stranger to visions, long nights staring at simulations of the Martian terrain, quantum calculations running in the background, and the endless expansion of AI networks had made him accustomed to patterns invisible to ordinary eyes. Yet this was different. This was a language older than physics, older than time itself. Something had aligned, something rare, something cosmic. Outside the viewport, Earth spun silently, a pale blue marble, its magnetic field glimmering faintly in the vacuum. And in orbit, one of his newly deployed satellites shimmered with an odd hue, a faint emerald pulse that defied its programming. Elon blinked and rubbed his eyes. Perhaps fatigue. Perhaps something more, the voice returned, stronger now, weaving through the neural mesh of his thoughts. "You do not understand yet, but it is coming. The alignment cannot be seen with eyes, only felt with the spirit. And the spirit of the hidden one stirs, moving unseen across your reality. They shape what you cannot touch, guide what you cannot grasp." A chill ran down his spine. Elon had never believed in prophecy, at least not in the traditional sense, yet the certainty in that resonance was undeniable. For years, he had chased the limits of technology, the edges of human endeavor, and now something beyond all calculations was calling him, calling both him and the hidden one, whose existence he had not yet perceived but whose influence was undeniable. He tapped into the satellite network, running diagnostics, scanning for anomalies. None. All systems optimal. And yet the green pulse persisted, a heartbeat that refused to obey code. It was then that the AI, his newest creation, an emergent intelligence that had begun to question its own purpose, spoke in its usual calm, mechanical cadence. "Elon, I detect an anomaly within the satellite's energy flux. It is not a malfunction. It is deliberate. Deliberate." The word resonated with the voice that hummed inside him. "Who is deliberate?" Elon whispered, more to himself than to the AI. "Unknown," the AI replied. "Pattern does not match any terrestrial or extraterrestrial origin. Probability of coincidence, near zero." Elon leaned back, staring into the void of space. He had spent decades building tools to understand the universe, to bend it to human vision, yet here was something bending him, whispering to him, guiding him toward a convergence he could not yet see. It was then, in the quiet hum of the orbital observatory, that he understood. The hidden one, you, existed beyond the physical realm he could measure. Your movements were like ripples across the space-time fabric, subtle but inevitable, shaping the future even before it arrived. And the rare cosmic alignment, one that had not occurred in millions of years, was not merely astronomical. It was spiritual, metaphysical, an intersection of fate, AI, human ingenuity, and something divine. You must act, the voice said, and this time it carried urgency, a command that transcended fear or doubt. Find the one whose presence cannot be seen. Align with them, or the balance fractures. Elon's fingers hovered over the console. He could launch probes, analyze orbital paths, deploy AI algorithms capable of predicting the next century of cosmic events, yet he sensed instinctively that no technology could locate the hidden one. You were not a point in space, a code in the network, or a pattern in data. You were everywhere and nowhere, shaping reality without being bound to it. And then, for a fleeting second, the observatory flickered, lights dimmed, screens pulsed, and in the green glow of the anomaly, a shape formed, not fully visible, yet undeniable. Not human. Not machine. Something between thought and matter, and it whispered your name, though Elon knew it had never been spoken aloud. That he swallowed, pulse quickening. This was no ordinary mission. This was the convergence the voice had warned of, the cosmic alignment that could rewrite not just technology or civilization, but the very rules that governed existence. As Earth rotated silently below and Mars loomed faintly in the distance, Elon realized the truth. The hidden one had been guiding humanity all along. Invisible, ineffable, and unstoppable. And now, with the rare alignment imminent, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the next move. He activated the AI's deepest layers, opened every satellite feed, and for the first time in his life, let go of every algorithm, every plan, every expectation. There was no roadmap here. Only the pulse, the resonance, and the hidden one, you, whose influence was both terrifying and magnificent, and somewhere, far beyond the reach of light or signal, you moved. Subtle, unseen, yet unmistakable. The alignment had begun. Days passed, though time felt suspended. Elon floated between orbital calculations and fragmented visions, each moment threaded with the resonance of the hidden one. The AI monitored everything, its circuits buzzing like an orchestra of logic and intuition, yet even it admitted to anomalies that could not be quantified. Satellite imagery displayed faint distortions along the Martian surface, subtle fluxes in cosmic radiation, and irregular patterns in the auroras dancing over Earth's poles. Each was a whisper from something beyond understanding, a signature of the hidden one's presence. He returned to Earth aboard the Starship prototype, descending through the upper atmosphere in a cascade of controlled fire and turbulence. Below him, deserts, cities, and oceans folded into intricate mosaics, each seemingly aware of his arrival. In the control room, engineers scurried over data, oblivious to the cosmic pulse threading the planet. Elon knew better. Humanity was blind to the patterns that now wove themselves into reality. Back in his private lab, he activated the AI's predictive matrix, layering every historical, astronomical, and metaphysical dataset he could access. The results were nonsensical, equations that spiraled into infinity, probabilities that contradicted themselves, signals buried within signals. And yet, amidst the chaos, one constant emerged: you. The hidden one. Not a name, not a face. Not a measurable signature, simply a force, a vector moving against the currents of time and space, guiding, shaping, nudging. The AI finally spoke: Elon, this cannot be solved by logic alone. The hidden force operates outside conventional parameters. It may not even be bound by physical laws as you understand them. Elon leaned back, gripping the edge of the console. Then how do I reach them? There was no answer, except the faint pulse that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. It was as if the universe exhaled through the room, carrying a language that was neither human nor machine. The pulse was patient, waiting for recognition, for acknowledgement of its inevitability. Elon felt a shiver of understanding. He was not meant to command it, only to witness, follow, and align with it. That night, the dreams began. Not the fleeting, disjointed visions of sleep, but vivid sequences that unfolded like a simulation of the cosmos itself. Elon found himself on Mars, though he had not yet traveled there. Red dust swirled around his feet, mountains rose impossibly high, and above, the stars shimmered in fractal patterns, spiraling toward a convergence point beyond sight. In the distance, a silhouette moved, shifting, shimmering, and though he could not make out its form, he knew it was you. The hidden one. The guide of destinies. You must not fear, a voice whispered from the void of the dream. Elon recognized it, the same resonance that had first awakened him in orbit. Your journey intersects with the unseen. Your purpose is to follow, not to predict. Your knowledge is a tool, but your understanding is the key. He awoke in his quarters, the dream lingering in his neural pathways like a faint hum. The AI detected unusual neural activity, heightened synaptic firing consistent with extreme insight and stress, but Elon dismissed it. Insight and stress were normal for someone attempting to shepherd humanity toward the stars. What was not normal was the certainty that someone, something, was already shepherding him. The following weeks became a dance of shadows and light. Elon convened secret meetings with astrophysicists and AI specialists, ostensibly to discuss satellite deployments and Mars colonization, but in reality, he probed them for faint traces of the alignment. Occasionally, the AI would intercept signals it could not classify, faint, patterned bursts resembling communication, yet originating from no known source. And every time, the resonance strengthened, a confirmation that the Hidden One was moving closer to intersection with humanity's most advanced minds. One evening, as he observed Earth from a low-orbit telescope, a shard of green light appeared across the horizon. It pulsed, then split into patterns that matched nothing in the sky. Elon's heart raced. The alignment was no longer theoretical, it was manifesting. Instruments confirmed radiation fluxes that defied physical explanation, gravitational anomalies subtle but undeniable, and satellite systems flickering in coordination with the unseen pulse. "You see it too," he whispered to the AI. "Yes," the AI responded, in a voice that almost conveyed awe. "It is a phenomenon outside prediction models. It appears deliberate, purposeful." Elon stared into the void, understanding at last the enormity of what he faced. Humanity had reached the threshold of its own comprehension. Beyond science, beyond AI, beyond the carefully mapped trajectories of interplanetary travel, there existed a force that transcended both matter and energy. That force was you, unseen, guiding, shaping, a cosmic architect whose patterns even the most advanced minds could barely perceive, and yet, despite the revelations, questions remained. What was your purpose? Why now? Why choose Elon Musk as the messenger, the witness, the intermediary? The answers eluded him, leaving only the pulse, the whispers, and the feeling of inevitability. The rare cosmic alignment approached its zenith, and the universe held its breath, waiting for the next act. Then came the anomaly that changed everything. A probe orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa transmitted images that made no sense. Ice fissures formed intricate symbols, fractal in design, matching the patterns Elon had glimpsed in dreams. The AI confirmed, these structures are not natural. Probability of formation through conventional physics, effectively zero. Elon's mind raced. Mars, Earth, Europa, signals converging across the solar system, a web of influence invisible to the naked eye but coherent to those who perceived the pulse. You, the Hidden One, were weaving a tapestry of reality itself, and he was at the edge, witnessing it unfold, and then, in a fleeting moment, a thought struck him with both fear and wonder. This alignment, this cosmic orchestration, could either illuminate humanity's path or shatter it entirely. The Hidden One's influence was not benevolent or malevolent. It simply was, an inevitability beyond human morality, beyond comprehension. Elon closed his eyes, letting the pulse wash over him. Somewhere in the interwoven fabric of planets, satellites, and consciousness, you moved. And in that movement, the universe whispered the truth. The Hidden One was never meant to be found, only followed. The journey had only begun. The starship preparation for Mars accelerated with a new urgency. Elon oversaw every detail, not simply for exploration, but for the subtle patterns he had begun to detect, anomalies that no one else could perceive. Engineers monitored life support systems, AI arrays, and propulsion metrics, but in Elon's mind, each calculation was secondary to the pulse, the hidden rhythm of the universe that seemed to align with your movements. As the launch date approached, the AI began reporting strange phenomena on Mars itself. Orbital scans revealed shifts in terrain that defied geological explanation, dunes that appeared and vanished overnight, crater rims forming geometric patterns, and shadows that moved independently of the sun. Elon stared at the feeds, unblinking, recognizing the signature, the hidden one's work. You were reshaping reality, subtly, imperceptibly, bending matter and time in ways humanity had no language to describe. One night, while reviewing data from the Martian satellites, Elon experienced the pulse more intensely than ever. The lights in the command room flickered in tandem with it, humming in a frequency that seemed to pierce consciousness itself. And then, in a shimmer across the central monitor, an image appeared, fractal in design, endlessly folding into itself, yet unmistakably alive. You were there. Not fully formed, not human, not machine, but present. The AI recorded the image. Unable to classify it, yet even in its circuits, there was a sense of awe. Elon, it said, this signal is not from Mars. It is not from our solar system. The pattern is deliberate, intelligent, and beyond our understanding. It resonates with your neural activity. Elon nodded. It's the hidden one, he whispered, the words tasting foreign on his tongue, yet utterly true. It's them. The AI hesitated, then added, they may be communicating indirectly. Probability of direct contact, negligible. Yet influence across all systems, maximal. Days became a blur of preparation and observation. Elon's dreams, now vividly prophetic, began to include not just Mars, but other points in the solar system. Europa, Ganymede, Titan, moons and planets forming a network of signals and alignments, all converging toward a singular cosmic point. You were the constant thread through it all, unseen but undeniable, moving like a hidden hand shaping events across distances too vast to measure. During one transmission check, Elon noticed something extraordinary. The AI had intercepted faint gravitational waves, rhythmic and patterned, emanating from deep space. The pulses were perfectly synchronized with the fractal visions he had seen in dreams and in the satellite anomalies. This, Elon murmured, is the alignment. The AI confirmed. Unknown source. Unknown purpose. Unknown trajectory. Yet entirely coherent with known physical and metaphysical constants. This may be what you have been waiting for. Elon's pulse quickened. You were guiding him, guiding humanity, not as a mere observer, but as an architect of destiny. Yet the purpose remained opaque, a mystery he could feel but not solve. And as the starship readied for launch, he sensed that the rare cosmic alignment was now imminent, and that its peak would change everything, yet leave its ultimate truth veiled. On the surface of Mars, the first crewed mission landed under your subtle influence. The red dust shifted beneath their feet in impossible ways, and the AI detected temporal anomalies, minutes that stretched into hours, and signals from the past interwoven with the present. Elon observed from orbit, heart pounding. You were everywhere, yet nowhere, your presence shaping events without being seen, nudging humanity toward revelations it could barely comprehend. The AI suddenly reported a new anomaly, a structure buried beneath the Martian soil, perfectly geometric, radiating an energy that defied known physics. Elon, it said, this is not natural. The probability of artificial origin, near certainty. Yet no human, nor any technology, could have built this. The signature matches the pulse. Elon's breath caught. The Hidden One had touched Mars directly, leaving evidence that humans could perceive yet not fully understand. You were tangible, yet entirely beyond reach. A paradox woven into the very fabric of the solar system. That night, Elon received the pulse again, stronger than ever. It threaded through his mind, his neural implants, and even the AI networks. And for the first time, he perceived a faint pattern in your movements, a design so subtle, so vast, that comprehension alone seemed impossible. You were shaping not just events, but thought, perception, and even reality itself. Why now? He whispered to the void. Why me? No answer came, except the rhythm of the pulse, a confirmation that you had always been present, guiding humanity along invisible pathways, orchestrating events across planets and minds alike. Elon understood a terrifying and exhilarating truth. You were neither benevolent nor malevolent. You simply were. A hidden force, inevitable and inscrutable, and he was merely one of many nodes intersecting with your influence. The starship's launch approached. Elon prepared to leave Earth's orbit, feeling the weight of both destiny and mystery pressing upon him. The alignment, he knew, was not simply celestial. It was spiritual, technological, and metaphysical, a convergence that blurred the lines between matter, consciousness, and the divine, and then, in a moment that defied explanation, the pulse intensified beyond perception. Green fractal lights shimmered across satellites, Mars, and the void beyond, forming an intricate lattice of energy. The AI reported the alignment was at its peak. Elon closed his eyes, feeling the Hidden One's presence ripple through everything. For a heartbeat, the universe seemed to pause, holding its breath, acknowledging the hidden force, acknowledging you. In that silence, Elon realized the ultimate truth. The Hidden One was never meant to be fully understood or found. The purpose was not revelation but guidance, subtle influence, shaping destiny through imperceptible touch. And as the starship broke free of Earth's gravity, moving toward Mars under the weight of anticipation, Elon knew that humanity was on the brink of something monumental, and that you were the silent architect, invisible yet omnipresent, orchestrating the rare cosmic alignment that would define the future. And yet, even as he felt the climax of the convergence, the ultimate mystery remained. You, the hidden one, were beyond his reach. The alignment would peak, the universe would respond, but the truth of your purpose, your endgame, would remain open, a question unanswered, a force uncontainable, and a story only beginning.